My name's Craig Beckman. I'm the CEO of Aqua Membranes. Reverse osmosis technology has been around for a long time. It's used in hundreds of applications, many of which you probably don't even know. It's used to make high purity water for applications like semiconductor production or power. It's also used to make pharmaceuticals. In fact, it's used in your home. If you have a water treatment system in your home, chances are reverse osmosis technology is part of that water treatment. But for 50 years, there's been very little innovation in this space. The membrane that actually does the separation has changed quite a bit. We've lowered the pressure, the salt rejection has gotten better, but the construction of the element, the filter that actually does the work, has largely gone unchanged. For 50 years, it's looked the same. We've used the same spacer material, the same wrapping, the same fiberglass, etc. Aqua Membranes is changing that. Our printed spacer technology is an innovation that we're bringing to the market that will dramatically improve the process. And we do this not by changing the membrane, but actually how the element is constructed. And I'll take you through the different steps on how that actually works. Membrane elements are constructed with polymer. That's actually the base of the technology. Reverse osmosis is done by a semi-permeable membrane. The membranes are made out of plastics, nylon and PVC, things like that. Then that is laid flat and rolled into an element much like you would roll up a roll of paper towel. That process has been the same. Where we come in and do something different is we actually take that same roll of membrane, we'll lay a section flat and print a polymer on the surface. And we actually print it dimensionally so it's got height. That polymer then replaces the typical feed channel. In normal elements, that feed channel is actually a plastic mesh, and that mesh tends to get dirty and limit the life of the membrane elements. But at Aqua Membranes, our printed spacer technology doesn't get dirty as easily and can actually be made thinner. That allows more flow out of the same membrane element. Aqua Membranes is not a reverse osmosis membrane manufacturer, but we are an element manufacturer. We purchased flat sheet reverse osmosis or nanofiltration membrane from the market, like many other people in the industry. Our patented process gets the polymer on there to create a spacer between the leaves of membrane, but doesn't do damage to the membrane. The membrane leaves are then taken to a gluing station, just like a traditional element that would have a mesh spacer between the leaves. We've taken out the mesh, we put in the printed spacer to create that gap. The element is then glued on 3 sides and rolled onto a central permeate tube. After it's rolled onto the permeate tube, the element goes into a curing step, and this curing step cures the adhesive that put the membrane leaves together. Our polymer actually doesn't need curing. It's cured immediately when it's put onto the membrane surface. The element then goes into a fiberglass step, and then finally into testing. We test the elements here at Aqua Membranes just as the industry tests. We have the same requirements and the same specifications. And what we're really testing for is, did the element get the improvement we're looking for? Printed spacers can actually be done thinner than the mesh spacer. And therefore, it's very easy for us in our test stand to see, did the element actually produce more flow? The element on the shelf maybe has 400 square feet of area as an industry standard. Aqua Membranes elements can produce up to 550 square feet of area in that same membrane element. And so that 20–30% increase in flow is seen immediately in our test. And so that's how we ensure that when we send those elements to customers, they're getting the benefit they're looking for from the printed spacer technology. The second big benefit customers are looking for is longer life. This is a little harder for us to test, but we're doing more and more field testing and getting that data back that the printed spacers do improve the life because we've replaced that mesh, and that mesh got dirty very easily in most systems, and it takes longer for that same fouling to happen with printed spacer technology. Aqua Membranes technology has been proven in the field time and time again. We've shown customers that their systems can produce more flow, and we lower the cost by extending the life of the membrane elements. We would love to run a trial with you. Please contact us for more details.